Greetings and salutations, accounting technology watchers, and welcome once again to an Accountech Bytes roundup. Let's race through the world of accounting technology this week. Last week was a bit too long, wasn't it? You can tell me, we're among friends. So let's get cracking. QuickBooks Desktop shutdown looms. So this is what I led the email with this week. So from the 30th of June this year, UK desktop users, not US users, you're fine. So support and updates will be discontinued, and so I was getting a lot of inquiries about this, so I sort of took a look at what will happen from the 1st of July. I think the short answer is it depends, and took a look at some of the alternatives, whether there's feature parity. I think for some, definitely. For others, particularly with multi-currency and stock, there were a few issues, and whether it was as a part of this sort of wider trends, and a few resources as well. In terms of direction of travel, hot off the heels from that, Nick Williams, the smoothest man in accounting tech, announced that QuickBooks Online had launched its accounts production and pro-tax products, so allowing accountants to prepare, review and submit annual accounts and corporation tax straight to Companies House and HMRC from within QuickBooks. A few more details there, but it is available free to accountants and bookkeepers. So it's a punchy price tag. I wrote a bit about it. It was announced back in March of this year at QuickBooks Connect, along with a bunch of other products as well. Here's Joe Lawn doing her favourite Harry Enfield sketch. She wasn't really. So a little calm down. Thomson Reuters, they made their debut in the UK cloud audit software market with what they're calling the UK's first fully cloud-based end-to-end audit platform. What does that mean? So it's the fact that it has everything in one place in the cloud. So the platform, methodology and the underlying document management. It's nice to hear from Thomson Reuters, and it's nice to have another tool in the cloud audit market. Something that it was fascinating and slightly terrifying from 60 Minutes. So ethical hacker Rachel Toback had used an AI tool to duplicate the host of the show, to duplicate her voice and to scam an unsuspecting colleague at the show into handing over her passport details. You can watch the video here, and there are a few more details about how this voice cloning tech is being used to dupe unsuspecting relatives. I think families are going to have safe words around things like this. From a wider context, or perhaps from an accounting context, I think the Cloud Accounting podcast boys have talked about banks having to shut down this voice recognition software that allows you to phone up and get into your account. And also HMRC over here have a voice recognition software, and I think that probably does need to be shut down if it hasn't been already. Some slightly more wholesome AI accounting news now, and after failing the first time, ChatGPT has passed the CPA exam, I think this time using version 4.0, so congratulations. And Sholtheim McPherson down under has a really interesting video about some applications of ChatGPT for accountants, so delivering a shot in the arm in terms of productivity there. Interesting video. And moving on to some slightly more grounded product news now, and Sage Payroll. They've added some functionality into it about how it handles corrections. So sometimes you need to show corrections on payslips, sometimes you don't. Now you have the choice. So thank you to Sam Mitchum for flagging that one up. And Sage had some punchy half-year results. that they announced. So yeah, these tech companies love a bit of annualized recurring revenue. So that's up. Well, one fascinating stat for me that only 25% of its revenue now comes from the UK. That Intect acquisition is looking better than ever, and they had their Sage Partner Summit over in Las Vegas last week with the Black Eyed Peas and will.i.am. Was it last week? No, it was this week. Sorry. They do things slightly differently at accounting conferences over in the US, don't they? Xero also released its FY 2023 results. Operating revenue up 28%. Total subscribers up nearly 500,000, including a bump in UK's as well. I think the loss growth was to be expected given the Plan Day and Waddle issues and the redundancies announced. I guess next year's will be more of an indication. I think those are posted by the new CEO, Sukhinder Singh Cassidy. What's next? So a committee of MPs here served us up a hot plate of nothing really, with a report calling for unbacked cryptocurrency to be treated as gambling. Some in the crypto industry thought that sounded like a really good idea because winnings from gambling are generally exempt from tax, but UK government, the UK Treasury seems to be going down the route of regulating it as a financial service and doesn't really seem to be willing to even listen to these guys. So yeah, it was sound and fury, indicating very little. Another classic from the Register's confessional column here. So this is a programmer who had to deal with some smutty printouts from the CFO of a family-run company. I obviously picked it for some of the salacious details, but also the programmer seems to have played it quite well in terms of planning their escape, upgrading systems, training replacement, then getting out. And sure enough, a few months later, the company was raided for financial crimes, including money laundering and embezzlement. And these types of incidents can be symptomatic of a sort of wider cultural malaise. So interesting there. That's why I picked it, definitely. I can't promise you smutty pictures, I'm afraid, but if you're interested in keeping up with the fast-moving world of accounting technology, why not pop your email address in the box here, let the yellow box do the work, and off we go. Sign up for my email every Thursday. As well as that, you can subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, you can subscribe to my channel or follow me on LinkedIn. Send me a nice message. And that is it for this week. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.